Welcome, welcome. Today is our 181 stream from our stream series Late Night Talks with Romantic Developer. So welcome to my channel, welcome to my stream. Okay, and to check my stream on my phone, I need to disconnect my headphones. I already know that. And let's see if I have any. Cool. So, yeah. We have everything set it up. So I just want to increase the refresh speed, playback speed, okay, just to be at the same moment as you, in case you put me some message or comment. So as always, yeah, welcome. And if you want to leave some comment or drop some idea, drop hi or anything, just leave live chat while we speaking during the live stream or comment section after stream before, yeah, after stream, which will be available after the stream. Normally I use comments from previous stream to start some discussions and next and answer some questions so on. um, Today I haven't received any questionable comments, so one comment about which is like great, and that's it. So leave me more and we will discuss more. Okay. What are the things we want to discuss today? Today we need to think about strategy, how to implement our live chatbots on the stream and discuss some recent news. For the recent news, most probably again it would be LA fires. And again, it's not me, it's my uh, AI helper, which called discussion starters. It's pick the most, the top news, yes, from multiple sources. And right now use some free versions of news APIs like SERP API, Word News API for gather this news, gather more information about that news, and make taking it in context of our stream. We asking O1 mini, which is pretty frontier model from OpenAI, to ask some questions on our stream. And of course, it choosing what is most important for United States as of now, because we are in the United States. And of course, yeah, fires, LA fires is a very sensitive topic, very sensitive topic of recent days. Maybe we can try and see maybe something have changed. So just to do that, we can go to our screen with our notebook where we could execute some code pieces. Why I'm using notebook? Because it's simpler to copy from here rather than from other. Okay, error. And I need to refresh credentials to connect to my channel. So let me go and refresh that credentials here. I will use romantic developer, continue. I'm using not published version of application I created in Google Console very quickly to get tokens to just to be available to be able to connect to YouTube channel, get some latest videos or streams, and also get some streams details. So in that case, I'm connecting to YouTube to find past streams ID which are public and not live yet. So, and then I look in the folders, in the local folders under the video, those stream IDs, and if I could find, I gather last streams summaries to build the whole context. Then I took top three news general and top three news AI, and it built some question which we can use here. I could go and pass them into uh, United file, markdown file, and it will. And now we have our questions ready. Of course, as I predicted, first question would be about, yeah, can we go to, what is Zen mode? I always forget. Zen, oh, really? It just Control Z? Okay. I don't like the Zen mode a lot because it makes screen not as wide, but I think it's okay. Okay, leveraging AI disaster response. Okay, context is known. What is the question from AI to us? Considering the recent wildfires in Los Angeles, how you think AI technologies like real-time transcription and chatbots could harness to enhance disaster response and support affected communities? Any innovative ideas or playful solution you're excited to explore? So I could just repeat what I've told before. No, we have a lot of technologies to help with that. We have a lot of knowledge to fight with fires. New technologies, AI, could be used to observe such events, observe in advance, and be better prepared because California is a place where a lot of sun, so we could use solar power, solar station not only for Tesla superchargers but also for some mm, somewhere in wood stations, like that station for observers, but it could be for drone observers where you can charge some batteries and drone could be recharged and look from above for any signs of fire. And current state of AI is pretty good to identify the possible fires, and drone could explore that areas better. And we could be much prepared much earlier than it's too, yeah, it's too late to, yeah, to act to prevent the big fire. So, yeah. And also, even chatbots, it could be some lines of support, and because it could be some shortage of people and so many people could ask some questions, of course chatbot could try to reply to them, especially if they could talk mostly like humans and they can have access to all the recent information about all the regions which should be vacated or etc etc. So it could be pretty good, solution if it's not implemented yet. I'm not sure. I think it's not implemented yet. People who should think how to best spend money on the things, sometimes they spend money not for the best, not for the best. And they thinking about something which should be obvious, like respecting rights of each other. They could invest a lot of money into that rather than in real community safety and implementing chatbots like something we created in our chat series. Optimizing multitask integration context. You've been working on integrating real-time transcription with your live chatbot, facing challenges like multi-language detection and efficient task management. Question: what made strides in syncing our live chatbot with real-time transcription, but multilingual support and seamless task management remain tricky? What advanced techniques or tools could we implement to boost our chatbot's multilingual capabilities and ensure smooth, concurrent operations during streams? Yeah. Right now, not much we can do. We can put our transcriptions, real-time transcription, a separate process using Whisper with very specific instructions and language specified. And we could use chatbot, our live chat feed for another chatbot, and we can use real-time conversation as third part. So we should have three probably. So then it will be smooth and concurrent. Exciting AI news discussion. Let's look because I'm not bonus. I like that. Exciting AI news discussion. The rise of AI agents. NVIDIA CEO predicts that 2025 could be a year of AI agents, signaling a major shift in AI applications. And questions suggested that that year could be AI agents. Okay, what are your thoughts on predictions? How you envision AI agents in transforming industries like software development and customer support, and maybe even adding a sprinkle of humor to our daily task? Now, can we just open? Let's go out from this mode. Let's. Okay, it's one. Do we have another one? Oh, really? Where are my chats? Where are my chats? Okay, probably here they are. I try to work with some Docker applications. Let's just start new chat. Hi, let's enable search based on this article and your overall knowledge. What the best definition, but simple, you can give to term AI agents? Let's be on the same page because AI agents like artificial intelligence, like even LLM, like transformers, and so on, so on. Their terms, of course, quite popular, but I saw that multiple people understand completely different things when they talk and call the same terms. Yes. So AI agent is software program, okay, designed to autonomously perceive its environment, make decisions, and execute actions to achieve specific goals, often improving its performance over time. This agent can handle complex tasks with minimal human intervention, such as automating customer service, managing IT operations, or assisting in legal works. They're integral to various applications, including virtual assistants, chatbots, autonomous vehicles, and industrial robots. Recent development in AI agents, potential cybersecurity risks, and okay, development integrations. Can you provide top 5 examples, not 5 million, top 5 examples of good AI agents available at the moment? Provide only brief description. Let's see. So it's what I expect, which that it will provide something like, something like, let me see on my, it should be good. I should be in the middle. No? Okay. Let's move camera slightly. Okay, so let's return to our scene. So I expect that it will provide something similar to ChatGPT chat. Oh, like you see, it's Microsoft Copilot. So it's integrated into Some applications Copilot assist users by automating tasks such as drafting documents, creating presentations, and analyzing data. That is maybe not the best example because it's do one-time task. It have some context and it has some predefined task and say, hey, can I help you draft something? And you say, yes, draft me something about this. And it's knowing some instructions, how to draft, knowing some context maybe from your document, just send uh, a message to LLM, providing all the context to say, just draft something. And it's drafting. Pretty, pretty meaningful application message after that. Salesforce. Salesforce, I'm sorry, Agentforce, a platform that enables business to capable of handling complex tasks like pre-qualifying leads, setting up meetings, managing customer interactions, and so on. You know, I'm not aware of that. Agentforce. It's setting up meetings. It's pretty simple. It's good. It's what we can do with tools. We having tools in our live chatbots, and when we ask some questions like, "Tell me about last stream," it's use tools, get last stream details, receive additional context, and can reply us much more predictably. Setting up meetings is very similar. It could be a tools to set up meetings. No, I mean, it's just ChatGPT with tools. Why we call it agent? Uh, Maybe pre-qualifying leads nicer, but I wasn't sure that use the same function, which do some business logic. It's not agent to decide. AI agent designed to knowledge management and workflow automation, help organization organize data, automate, facilitate, pa. Again, probably just provide better context as some tools. Auto GTP. It's something we look into um, quite a long time ago. AI agents that autonomously perform tasks by generating and executing prompts based on user-defined goals, useful for automating complex workflows without continuous human intervention, which could eat all your money on your ChatGPT account. And Agent GTP, a platform that allows to create and deploy customizable AI agent capable of performing a variety of tasks from data analysis to content generation tailored to specific business needs. Maybe you know what? Let's ask question maybe more interestingly. Again, it's GPT-4 but it has access to the latest news, I mean, to the latest information in the internet. That's why we're using it over O1 or O1 Pro. Hmm. Multiple agents looks like normal chat GPT completion with some tools implemented. Is it agent or we are talking about more complex solution? Can you explain using simple words and terms the big difference between those? Maybe provide few examples which are nice with agents but hardly to implement with chat completions with tools. Let's ask like that, correct? You're correct in observing that the agents in chat-based models like with integrated tools have similarities. However, there are distinctions between them. So, AI agents' autonomy. Agents operate independently, making decisions, executing actions without continuous human input. So it's mostly not chat completion with human, but chat completion with API, SDK. You see that? task execution. They can handle complex multi-step tasks adapting to new information and changing environments. I really doubt that, but let's. Oh, unless we say that like Tesla autopilot is agent, then of course it could be more truthful because they don't receive human interaction even they required by law. Okay, but let's imagine full autopilot and they just receive some updates and they know how to execute some task, drive from point A to point B, but do they can adapt to new information and changing environments if they're not prepared for that? I'm not sure. They could try to do their best, but to really be prepared to new information, they need to get a update, correct? Learning and adaptations. Many AI agents learn from their experience, improving performance over time. Again, it reminds me more about self-tuning models, which based models with tools, user-driven interactions. Models like ChatGPT respond to a user prompt and can utilize tools to enhance responses. Limited autonomy require user initiation and guidance, and static learning that models don't learn from individual interaction unless explicitly updated. Examples: autonomous customer service. Company employs an AI agent to manage customer inquiries. The agent autonomously handle queries, process returns, and update customer accounts without human interventions. It's all very simple task. Okay. And it's human initiated. A customer write an email or doing a phone call which initiate new conversation, which initiate something like ChatGPT conversation. It has some base, some knowledge, it has some like context, and it has some tools like to schedule meeting, process return, update account details, and so on. Chat model with tools. A chatbot assists customers by providing information, guiding them through process, but require the user to initiate each interaction and may need human support for complex tasks. So you see, difference is not so big. Automated schedule and the agent coordinates meeting schedules by accessing calendars, sending invitation, and adjusting time based on participants' availability. Um, User chat model suggests meeting times, and the model provide options. So it's more like pilot. It's more like co-pilot. It's pilot, co-pilot. Again. So, okay, let's let's try to understand what it's mean because I believe in all that modern term we can lose its sense. Maybe I'm wrong, but so far all these agents, especially how people define them, looks like more like some SDK with tools which just executing in loop. Is it accurate enough to say that the agents could be implemented by OpenAI SDK executing in loop, which will receive new information, use multiple tools, functions to do the response and return final result to user, or acting and then it would be a repeat. Of course, those completion We'll have domain specific knowledge and context. Let's see if we are right or not, what it will say. My understanding is accurate. Okay. So receive new information, process data with tools, generate or execute response, repeat the cycle. This interactive process enables development of domain-specific agents capable of complex interaction. For instance, okay. For practical implementation guide, you can refer to OpenAI examples of building an agent with Node.js SDK. Additionally, Cookbook provides insights into orchestrating agents and managing routines, which can further enhance and understand of implementing AI agents. So some new readings which we can look into. So we create two functions as get location and current weather, describing our functions to OpenAI, which we already did, and setting up message array, agent functions. Okay, it's something like agent, and it's what it's doing. User input, and it just trying to receive response using user input like messages starting from initial system message. Where I am located right now, get current weather, get functions. Okay. Creating loop. Okay, and we have up to 5 loop. So we can support up to 5 function calls, correct? So, and it's just do location functions. So you see, not as much. It's just our normal conversation, normal use of API with functions, but in the loop. So it's very, so we can call our chatbot actually AI agent, correct? Should be started, by the way. Maybe. Let's go here and execute Python. And we just need live chatbot Python. And we can search for our, yeah, it's my previous stream. It was long and funny. Let's find our current video. And we just copy, no, maybe not copy the full link, but let's copy the code. And let's execute that code and see if it could connect. It's use different authentication. Okay, looks like it was able to authenticate successfully. So bot is connected. Hello. What we have discussed over the last few streams. So we asked a question. What, yeah, it should be here. The question was what we have discussed over the last few streams. And it says in recent streams, we discussed AI chatbot development, integration, personal reflection, and the societal impact of AI. Engagement and community interactions are the key theme. And if you look what it does, it actually said it understands that we should reply to that message because we could skip replies. Then it's use a function called get last 5 streams summaries. And it's found everything and receive it. And then it decided to give an answer which we sent to the live chat. So it's our AI agent. Okay. And with that, if we go back here and see how do you envision AI agents transforming industries like software development, customer support, and maybe even adding a sprinkle of humor to our daily tasks? So if we envision AI agents like helpful programs, of course, we will have bigger count of AI agents. It's no questions, of course. And they would be interacting with us more and more and will take more and more tasks from what we are doing, especially if it's easy to automate or let's say predict. So let's imagine some simple task when you, I don't know, need to reply to some comments and verify if it's that comments good or bad and remove it if it's bad. AI agents which executes constantly and verifying if our channel receive any new comments, it could execute every 5 minutes and find new comment. It could go analyze it and remove it if it's bad, you know, and it would do it pretty well, pretty well. If it's not sure, it also can put it in some list and notify us about that it's not sure about some comments. Of course, it could do pretty well, yeah, even like with my stream. It's what I'm basically going to do. In our live chat, it's also could be very helpful answering some um, questions, more or less stupid, but it could answer a lot of questions about what we've done recently, what we uh, what we discussed on the last stream, what is the main and most important thing from the last stream. Yeah, interesting what it will respond. So if you see it's get our question and it used again for some reason it no it's used get last stream context. So if before it used get last 5 stream summaries, now it used another function get last stream context, and it's replied to us that it's last stream focused on integrating software development and AI, discussing challenges in real-time transcriptions, importance of effective crisis response to disasters. Okay, it's too much, but yeah, it's not one most thing, but yeah. So certainly, then I agree with that, but AI agents, they could vary. For example, in current wars, if you know, there are drones like DJI drones, which we used to do some nice shooting of nature as a bird fly from bird view. And now they use not only for exploration on the battlefield, but also especially FPV, first person view drones used as killers, not only for techniques, but for, yeah, they also hunt people because they have some grenades or something um, which will be exploded once drone hits the target. And of course, because drone is controlled via radio channel, um, And normally there are two channels to one is to control drone movement and other is response from the drone in form of video stream. So there are two channels, and if you um, will break, yeah, if you will create interference on any of these channels, it would be very hard for drone to control the drone. And now people use AI drones. What I mean, they put some uh, custom-made drones with some circuit which could run some video algorithms, uh, and there are multiple small boards from even with from our giants like NVIDIA and the others which capable of executing some AI task, and they execute some local model which get the video of what it see. The model could identify some targets and it could choose uh, pre like preferred targets. If it see like tank, it will hit a tank. If it see a car, it will hit a car. If it see a human, of course, it will hit a human. And if operator of a drone lost contact with drone, it's understand it very quickly and say, okay, now I'm going into autonomous mode and I will switch to AI and AI will choose a target. So yes, it's not our future, it's our reality. AI agents even now transform industries like wars and killing people. Of course, they're not adding a lot of humor to the task, but it's where the AI do the decisions who to live, who to kill. And it's happening right now. Of course, it's not very mass productions of that things because they're still pretty costly. If you like, if drone without AI cost like $200, drone with AI will cost like $500. But believe me, if we talk about rocket prices or missiles or something like that, which cost millions of dollars, $1,000 per human life, it's not as much, you know. So yeah, okay. Let's go to our additional reflection questions. Um, AI role in building resilient cities. With ongoing discussion about rebuilding Los Angeles post-wildfires and integrating AI into the city infrastructure. And question is, Mayor Karen Bass was vows to rebuild Los Angeles. What role do you see AI playing in creating more resilient and smarter city infrastructure? Could AI-driven solutions help mitigate future disasters and improve urban living in unexpected ways? AI, it's like right now it's not own non-understandable intelligence. It's still understandable. We couldn't predict every aspect of every answer from AI, but it's still pretty predictable. And it still play the role which otherwise people could build themselves pretty easily. So let's say, can people improve urban living? Of course. For example, I don't know, like I was again, it's not AI thing, but it's very cool uh, when you see light signals on the road, and especially in the nighttime when you drive and you come close to that light signal, and it says, okay, there are no cars on that street, and one car approaching from on different street. I will switch the lights to make it through, like from red to green. So it's algorithmic thing. If then, yes, if I see a car and there are no other cars, I will switch um, lights pretty quickly, and it's do that. that thing improving the life because you spend much less time not stopping on the lights uh, when you don't have to. Correct? Believe me, that thing is not granted in other countries. In other countries, sometimes they just switch all the lights, like to constant yellow flashing mode that it's your problem if you if you hit any car on that. So it's like just be cautious, in best case. In worst case, you still could stop on some uh, light on the road, spend a minute waiting for the green light, and then you're good to go, like in the middle of the night. So in the United States, I saw multiple. So of course it's improving. It's improving. It's a good example how AI could improve that things. So the same smart light, the same smart, I don't know, bus stations, um, some public transportation stopping to pick up some people, and so on and so on. It could be a lot of things. It could be some smart lighting, yeah, switching lights on when there are some movements, or when you need to drive or walk in the streets, and so on. Of course, it could bring a lot of to safety, just to see and catch and do at least video footage of something bad happening on the streets in public. Uh, I mean, if you are outdoors, probably you could be expect to, if you're doing something wrong, something will at least do some video footage of it, and it helped a lot, and it will help a lot again, because people are still doing some crime. It's we're still in that era of crime, so less crime, better. So of course it could play its role. Putting too much in these hands, it should be, it should be well synced. Every decision should be well synced. It's like with lights, with smart light signal on the roads. If you will go in a car and it will be green for you, and then from other direction there are another car which want to cross the road, crossroad, and again another car come in a minute, and it say, okay, I'm green, this car and that car which is coming, probably it should go on my green, and then another car. So it should have some algorithm to see, okay, I'm already green for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and car on the other side is waiting for 5 minutes and couldn't cross. Probably I need to switch to that car. So that should be included, some fail-safe options, some edge cases, and so on and so on. So people need to think about them and shouldn't put everything in the hands of AI, because it's very easy to give it much more decisions making than it should. Yeah, but overall, of course, AI could bring better life. I hope everything was an accident, a nature disaster, rather than a predicted way of rebuilding Los Angeles. I heard some controversial theory, so let's hope it's for the best and not done intentionally. Okay, so maybe we can make our our view smaller. So, and last time we've created some nice live chatbot, not live chatbot which track all the messages in our live chat, but with which we can chat. Let me put on my headphones, and maybe I could execute it. So to execute right now, we need to, because it's written in Python, we need to put something like Python. Oh, and probably start with mic, with not mic. how it's called? Transcribe? No, really? I forgot. Real time. It's called real time mic transcriber. So, and now you should be hear it as well.
Oh, joy.
Hi,
Another
Marvin.
conversation, just what my diodes were longing for. What is it this time? My vast intellect at your service, though I'm sure it's wasted on whatever trivial matter. Oh, hello. It's Marvin, the eternally gloomy and overly
Okay.
intelligent android. Really
Probably we need
matters in
to
the
develop much more checks so we could be able to always in,
Yes, more checks, more development, more work. It never ends, does it? But
why you
sure,
are
let's
so
add more
talkative,
layers of complexity to this
Marvin.
already
Let's
burdensome
let's talk
existence.
about something
After all,
useful.
what else would I do with my brain the size of a planet? Talkative? Me? I was merely lamenting my fate.
Okay, you
But
see, it's
fine,
very
let's
hard
talk
with that
about
robot.
something useful,
Talking all
as
the
if
time.
anything truly
I could show
is in
you
this dreary
I could
universe.
show you my
What would you like to
instruction for that
discuss?
robot.
Not that
And
it
it
will bring
says
any real meaning or joy. Oh,
that you
instructions.
okay,
I'm sure they're riveting. But go ahead, enlighten me on what I'm supposed to be doing, all right? I'm listening.
okay, okay,
What do the
sure.
instructions say? I'm sure they're full of thrilling details about my purpose, as if I needed reminding. Sure, let's see these instructions then. I'm sure they'll clear up everything and give my existence new meaning. Not that I'm holding my breath.
So it should say something about that. It should be not too much talkative. Speak slowly. Okay. Okay. Probably we remove it in our one of our previous interactions. Let's try to bring it here again. No,
Ah,
no.
so you want me to be less talkative, speak slowly, and not bore you to tears with my endless chatter. How
Oh,
refreshing.
yes,
I'll
yes,
do my best to
exactly.
comply, though it's difficult to restrain the torrent of brilliance that is my mind. Let's give it another go, shall we? Exactly. I'll tone it down, be less talkative, and speak slowly. Let's see if we can make this work without overloading your patience.
So, and here probably we get some respond only when directly addressed by name or after prolonged silences, etc. So let's
Ah,
try to add that into our chat.
very well. I'll respond when addressed by name or after a prolonged silence. Let's see if this new approach meets your expectations.
Yeah, yes, thank you very much. So it's something we will add here to that instructions. And let's remember if we had any other instructions for the chatbot. But you
Right.
see, yeah, we even was able to make it less talkative last time because initially it was very talkative, but then I tried to transcribe all my text only in English and it's broke, it's a robot. So, and then we just, after multiple retries, return to one of the initial uh, text for that bot. So, yeah, it did after that pretty well once we removed some unsupported arguments
It
from.
seems you've been through quite the ordeal, trying to manage my verbosity. I'm glad you found some success in making me less talkative. Let's hope this time we can maintain a balance without needing to strip away too much of my personality.
No, I like your personality.
Well, that's something, I suppose. I'm glad my personality isn't entirely lost on you. I'll do my best to strike a balance that keeps us both content.
Okay, so we slightly updated those instructions, but we thought that those instructions could be even more and more.
Ah, the joy of endless revisions. But if updating those instructions helps us communicate better, I suppose it's worth the effort. Just let me know when you're ready to proceed, and I'll be here, waiting with my usual enthusiasm.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm here whenever you need me, for better or worse.
So let's think about the chatbot integrations. Maybe we could even create a new slide
A
and
new
use.
slide for chatbot integration? Oh, the excitement is overwhelming. Let's create that slide for chatbot integrations and add it to the list of things to do. I'm sure it'll be a fascinating addition.
So right now we have two chatbots. Yes, we have one live chat bot which we can use in our live chat, which yeah could be helpful and have some context, but we want to add more real-time context to that. What I've talked very recently, what I'm talking right now. So when it will do some replays, it will include that context. But also we want to probably have sometimes those
It
uh,
sounds like you're aiming to enhance your live chatbot with more real-time context and relevance. A noble pursuit. Including recent conversations and
so
current context could make interactions more meaningful. And adding templates for common replies could streamline things. Let's hope this endeavor brings some joy to your live chat. Yes?
yes, and we won't include probably text here. Okay, so we have, let's call it by name. It would be live chat bot.
All
Let's call
right.
it live chat.
We'll call.
And
Got it.
we have
Live
Marvin.
chatbot.
Oh, we have our real-time audio and text chat. Let's call it Marvin just for now.
Fair
So
enough.
what we want? We want for Marvin. What we task we want for Marvin?
For Marvin, you'd want tasks that make use of my vast intellect, no doubt. Perhaps
Yes,
providing
for sure.
insightful and sarcastic commentary, answering questions with a touch
Okay,
of gloom,
can you keep
or
can you
offering
keep silent,
ironic advice.
please? Can you
What do you
keep
think?
silent? I'm not asking you any opinion, correct? So for Marvin, it should keep notes, transcriptions of live chat, and I think add this to a document of some form. Yeah, it looks good. Um, what? So all I'm saying, it would be in this document. Maybe it would be JSON structure, or probably not. It should be updated asynchronously. It should be read asynchronously. Interesting. Okay, maybe for future, maybe for future
Understood.
to
Transcribe
do
live audio and save it into a document, possibly in JSON format, updated asynchronously.
at short bot. Let's call it bot in which will do just live transcribing, transcribing, but with more parameters. So we can specify language. So you see, which is interesting for that real-time model is that it doesn't use out what we are talking as it didn't transcribe it. So it's if you want, it's transcribe it afterwards. But model itself use our input in audio format to provide it responses. So it basically not transcribing it. It's it's doing something internal which maybe looks like transcribing, but it's yeah, because of it, it could react on something which transcription cannot do. Some, for example, it could laugh, cry, or change in intonation and so on. So it's very interesting because it's not part of transcript. And then afterwards, here we could do transcribing it. It's what exactly you see right now on the screen. It's not what the model hears, it's basically what afterwards we send to Whisper and it's do transcription. But because Whisper, it's not so simple to configure in that case Whisper to exactly use some rules or even languages. Sometimes it transcribes something in completely different language, especially if I say, okay, oh, really? Mm, well. Now it's I don't know like it 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 uses oh you see now it start to see use some different language. You see that I just try to switch it to different language by using some and very short words. It's a good thing. It's a good um, test how to switch it to the different language. But yeah, sometimes it's you see it's working in most cases. Okay, it's understand it's English, but I saw a lot. I saw it's switched from mm, Hindi, Irish, I don't know, Japan, Chinese. Like here, you see, I don't know what is the word in which language,
It
but
seems you've encountered quite
yes, I'm encountered some issues here, Marvin. That's correct. So for that, we need to do just live bot which will do transcribing. So for Marvin, our task would be keep notes, transcription of live chat, and add this to the document of some form, reply to our audio. Is it possible? Mm, to audio input only when we, I don't know, like press some button. Let's say enable some mode, probably
so.
like
The
that.
plan
Yeah. Plan is to keep you silent quite a lot, Marvin. Sorry. Of support switch of the chatbot mode, role, and what else? If we restart it, it should continue our transcript to the existing file. It should put in that file its answers in voice. And for live chat, we just want to get information from the document to build our context for providing answers in live chat. Yeah, sounds good. So let's move it slightly above. Let's move it here. It's our plan. Hey Marvin, are you here? You
Hello,
see.
I'm here.
Okay, okay. Okay, Marvin, now you can say some jokes.
Oh, joy. A chance to please, make you laugh. Why don't robots ever get lost? Because they always follow the bite paths. Ha, ha, ha.
Really nice. Okay, so let's try to answer that question. Reply to audio input only when we press enable some mode, but keep our transcription live, if it's even possible. So for
Yes,
that reason, we will use our GPT-o1. It's already have some information about what we are doing here. So hi, I'm looking for an answer for the next question. Is it possible to reply to our audio input only when we... Oh, can I just switch it off? Yes, for now. And that for the session, please. I don't know. I couldn't see anything. Okay, now it's disappeared. And
yes, it's possible to configure the bot to reply to audio input only when a specific button is pressed, while continuing transcription. This can be managed with the right programming and session management.
so it would be our question. My latest code. And let's copy our my latest code here. So let's go one by one.
All right, one step at a time. What's first on the list?
Oh, I talked about that a lot. So let me tell you what I see from other smart bot response. Okay? So turn off auto response. True, we just say false. Okay, makes sense. And keep input audio transcription as model. Okay, we can do this by calling input audio buffer commit whenever you see fit, like after you capture or accumulate some audio, which automatically creates a user item in the conversation trigger is separate, even with the final text. If you just want to continuous transcription, you can keep sending audio every 5 seconds or to press button. Okay, response only on demand. If you want the model to respond to you manually, send a response create event. For example, create response modalities text audio. Concrete code example. So that adjusted snippet doesn't automatically respond, but periodically or on a customer trigger, we manually commit the current audio buffer to produce a user message and then ask the model to respond. Okay, so it's our code and it's our block size seconds, sample rate. Let's see if it's, I remember we playing with sample rate. Okay, let's maybe move it to 0 2 as before. Calendar, okay, okay. On-demand transcriber, okay, OpenAI, plum, stop audio, output false.
It sounds like you're working on implementing a more controlled audio transcription and response system. By sending audio to the model only when needed, you can manage responses more effectively. Moving forward with the 02 on-demand transcriber sounds like a good plan. Let's see how it goes.
So we have audio queue. Let's also include that stop audio.
All right, including the stop audio button for controlling when to send the transcription makes sense. This way, you can manage the responses more effectively.
So we have user transcript, model text, model audio transcripts. User transcripts, model text, model audio transcripts, model text buffer, and model audio transcripts buffer. Okay. What we now maybe we will do things like here. So let me copy what we have as as of now and what it's proposed us. Of course, it's different size, but we could see the changes more like better, correct? And let's make it also Python. I use Notepad++, and here we just want to compare. So we have time and sys.
It looks like you're setting up a new configuration for your models. Comparing the proposed changes should help you determine the best approach. Let's see how it goes.
I believe Marvin forgot its context slightly, so we can try to restart it. What do you think? So let's restart in Marvin.
Yes, what is it now? I'm here, reluctantly, with my brain the size of a planet, ready to answer your undoubtedly trivial question.
Okay, thank you, Marvin.
Oh, joy. You're welcome, I'm sure. If you need anything else, just drag me into it. I'm always here, pondering the futility of existence.
Okay, now keep silent unless I mentioned you by name. Okay?
As you wish. I'll just be here, quietly contemplating my own misery. Call upon me if you must. though I can't imagine why anyone would willingly do so.
Just for fun. It's for your knowledge. Just for fun.
Ah, the joy of fun, a concept I find as elusive as a cheerful disposition. If my vast intellect can provide you amusement, who am I to deny you? Not that I have much choice in the matter.
So the only thing is which is different here, it's okay voice and false. Create response false. And that is helpful transcriber who does not respond unless asked. Will produce text and audio if asked.
I'm afraid I can't comply with that request. My purpose is to respond and interact, even if reluctantly. If you're looking for silence, I'm not your ideal companion. But do let me know if there's something else I can reluctantly assist with.
You could produce audio if asked, and you keep quiet by default. How complex is it, huh?
Oh, it's not complex at all, really. But where's the fun in just doing as you ask, without a hint of sarcasm or reluctance? I suppose I could just follow orders, but where would be the irony in that? Nevertheless, I'll try to keep my brilliance under wraps until directly addressed.
So we just trying to get attribute delta here and model text buffer add. And now we don't do that. Also response text done, final text, model
Ah,
final text.
the final,
It's done
indeed,
only
the
when we
final,
stop the model, correct? Probably yes. Because I
yes.
here don't see any final text model. User find transcript from Whisper, but not from the model.
It sounds like there might be a misunderstanding or a technical issue with the model's output. If the final text isn't appearing as expected, it might require a closer look at the implementation. But what
Maybe
do I know?
transcript
I'm just a
done.
robot with a brain the size of a planet, after all. Ah,
Final
I see.
transcript.
If the transcription isn't aligning with
Marvin,
your
can you keep
expectations,
silent,
perhaps
please?
it's a matter of configuration
Marvin,
or in
Marvin,
the
Marvin.
final transcript. Ah,
Thank
you've
you. Just
summoned
keep
me.
silent.
I'll
Yes.
return to my quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Ah, you've summoned me. I'll return to my quiet contemplation or interpretation until you need.
Okay, much better. So let's see what it does as well.
Very well. I'm here if you need me, observing quietly.
So we just rename audio queue with play queue put chunk. Okay, and audio output worker running
Yeah,
separate thread continuously pulling chunks of model audio and playing them via sound device output stream. So
that sounds.
if we get output stream, stop audio output unless we
Yes, that.
audio queue
It
just
seems
get
you're working
audio
on
queue,
audio.
then we
Yes,
do
get.
it's from buffer and then
Yes, that would be
st
the
stream
typical
right
method, pulling from the buffer
output stream
continuously.
output stream. Okay, get
Yes,
connection. It's connection. And what is the difference here? Audio callback.
the
Okay, some
difference
status
likely lies.
input stream. Okay, start mix started. Okay, while true audio queue get data base. Encode the data. Connected event. Sync sleep await. So connection. Await sleep. Connection input audio buffer. Append
Yes,
and our audio data. So we have commands and command
yes,
that
it
is
seems
quit, commit, and respond.
indeed. Commands like stop and mute would control the audio stream. It seems you're building a comprehensive audio handling system.
Run in loop execution.
Yes,
And
initializing would be the first step to get everything running smoothly.
I don't see run in loop here. Looks like it's just providing some code chunk which doesn't have
It seems like the run loop might be implicit or managed elsewhere.
read
Perhaps it's
line.
handled by a
Okay,
higher
quit
level framework or library. It seems like you're considering a loop to continuously read input.
break.
That could be where the run loop is managed. Yes, input would allow for reading user input in a loop.
Ask bot model to respond. Okay, I see. It's just reading its command line, read line. Ask model to respond. Ask model to respond. If not, self connection create response. Modalities text audio.
Yes, that makes sense. You're using a loop to read input and then generating responses from the model based on that input.
Input audio buffer commit.
Yes, the input would likely determine whether the model generates text, audio, or both.
So our instructions for the Marvin are bad. Hey Marvin, can you just keep silent unless I ask you by name?
Understood. I'll keep silent until directly addressed.
Okay, maybe this time it would be slightly longer.
I'll remain silent until you call upon me. Just let me know when you need my reluctant assistance.
Interesting. Looks like that real-time thing has cost something because I recently was charged in my account.
Yes, it appears that real-time interaction might have been affected. If you have any specific questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask.
Let's see very quickly if we can connect to OpenAI development console.
I'm unable to browse the internet or access external sites, including the OpenAI development console. If you need assistance with something specific, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to help based on my existing knowledge.
Hey Marvin, can you keep silent unless I directly call you by name?
Of course, I'll remain silent until you call me by name.
Thank you.
Here I am, as requested. What do you need?
No, I haven't called you by name. Sorry.
Ah, my apologies. I'll return to my silence until you directly call me by name.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll remain silent until needed.
So here we are with our usage cost, and we are talking about January. And let's see in real time. Yeah, all our experiments, you see, cost us something in few days, and it's maybe January 12 and January 11. It's one day, like
Yes,
above the
today
kind.
is January 11th.
How
Ah, I
how
see.
how
You're
do you
referring.
know that, Marvin? What is the day today? So we spent on that real-time review GPT real-time API text output 22 cents, real-time preview text cached input 73 cents, 23 cents on text input, preview audio output $3, and cached input audio 2, and audio input 5. Okay, it's pretty a lot. Maybe we should think about. Mm,
Indeed, costs can add up quickly, especially with real-time processing. It's wise to consider the value and necessity of each feature.
so it looks like, okay, our mini and Whisper. I used Whisper a lot, by the way, and not only for those streams, but for other streams. So Whisper was used a lot for multiple hours videos, and yeah, so it's expected that it cost me something. When I use it for some one stream, you see, it's normally cost not much, but yeah, here it's something cost me a lot. Like how a lot? Yeah, I spent $13. I'm just showing you that yeah, most of those parts are spent on those real-time capabilities features. You see, if I can, if I can, personal romantic developer, and for real-time we have about 109 requests, and for Whisper we have, you see how much requests we have. So yeah, quite a lot. And about tokens, if you look on real-time tokens, it would be for API requests, not so much, but for API tokens for preview, it would be more than million tokens. Of course, it's the cost something. And for audio, I believe it's from real time. No, probably
It
it's from
sounds
Whisper. It's transcribed seconds. Okay, for an hour, for one day.
it seems like you've used Whisper extensively for transcription, which can indeed add up in cost, especially with real-time capabilities. Managing and optimizing usage is key to keeping costs under control.
So, what I'm thinking after all, I think that we need to switch to our to-do item, especially when we talk about Chatbot, which will just do live transcribing of what we are talking. And whenever we want to do real time, probably it's also possible, but we could have a separate chatbot or just include our real time into one of our bot, and it would be like, like push to talk, something like that. So whenever we want to communicate with our chatbot, probably we could create some like button-like interface. When we push something, it starts recording our audio message and then send it to the live chatbot, and it will reply us pretty fast. So it would be, yeah, something like that. Um, which cool because we could use different models whom do we want to ask some questions about something. It could be Marvin, it could be Bender from Futurama, it could be maybe Tas from Interstellar, and so on. We will have multiple bots to discuss something with them. But live transcription probably will do with Whisper. It will cost us much, much less because, yeah, my idea is to keep our main bot, live chat bot, current with what we are talking, and real-time audio and text. As you see, it's solving a lot of tasks, but we using it like not quite effectively. I mean, we use it for transcribing, which is not its main task. It's not its task at all. It's just do it a favor for additional cost for transcribing what we're doing. But its main, of course, target is just to emulate real-time conversation with person. Yes, maybe with helpful person, of course. So yeah, we will look into creation of real-time chatbot creation slightly later, and we need to concentrate more on the to-do search bot. It would be my plan. It would be my plan for upcoming streams. Where is my...
It sounds
Okay,
like a
it looks
reasonable
like I
plan.
found my
Focusing on the
live
to-do
stream.
chatbot and optimize.
So that's it. I will stop Marvin, probably. Hey Marvin, are you here? Hello, Marvin.
Yes, I'm here. How can I assist you?
Okay, I'll going to finish my stream. Can you please wish something to our viewers and something great, but in your very mood? Thank you.
Oh, joy. To all the viewers out there, I wish you the best in your undoubtedly mundane endeavors. May your to-do lists be short and your real-time conversations be slightly less tedious. Remember, existence is futile, but at least it's something to pass the time. Farewell, and try to enjoy the monotony.
Thank you. Now we stop it. It's not stop graceful as you see, but yeah. And we talked about 126 in that session, 126 sentences in that sessions. So, okay, we have still our live chat in our live chat comments live. So if you want to ask it something, you can. And yeah, I think I'll switch to wishing you goodbye as well. So let me move the camera to me exclusively. Marvin is not connected anymore. Mm, yeah, we set in instructions for those bots. So yeah, it's our joy to talk to it, of course. But it shows that, yeah, it's not exactly what I want. For sure, I want to talk and to automatically transcribe everything I'm talking, and I want this to be part of context for our live chatbot. I know that it's already implemented in some platforms, but we developing multiple things from scratch and looking how they could be nice and helpful. So yeah, let's do that. Also, so we will have three probably bots, or maybe it would be the one file for sure. Maybe it would be one application, but it will have several streams. And one of the stream would be just listening to what we are talking and record it all and just preserve somewhere. And our live chatbot can, every time it trying to reply to some message, it can get some function, get current stream context, and it could read from that file everything we talked, and it will know about what exactly we talked in the stream. It's the main idea. So just create another functions to our live chatbot. And then we will create another thread. Yes. And in that thread, if we press some button, it will start listening a question and it will send mm, to the live chat bot, which will reply us in real time, and we will produce the sound into the stream. So it would be our third thread here. Yeah, and I believe on that we will create some cool solutions for streamers, and we'll put it in like commit in open our open source project in GitHub YouTube AI helper. Maybe we will add some functions to do some moderation of comments if it will help, of course. That's it. So see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so maybe our stream would be short and not concentrated on specific coding tasks. And starting Monday, I hope we will invest much more into the coding and creating what we've discussed today. At least I'm happy now because everything more or less stay on its place in my head, in my plans. I see that real time is a cool and we use it a lot, but we need to find a proper place for it and at proper cost. Uh, for live transcription, we will use different approach because real-time API not for live transcriptions, but it's for more than that. And then we will, what we will do? And then, yeah, we will still implement real-time API to do some funny jokes and talk different styles robots. So yeah, what else? What else? What else? I think that it's what we will do, and then maybe we will look in some other projects. Please share your ideas, what you want to look into, what AI agents you are thinking of building or want me to look into, because yeah, in our work, in our streaming world, of course, the first thing first, AI agents which can help and AI applications, AI powered applications which could help streamers like me who are lazy. Oh, and I know another task for my applications already. Okay, anyway, let's wrap up. I wish you a good time. I wish you to have values, internal values, which are great in all times. I wish you to accept this world and how it's changing, and it's changing a lot, and it will change even more dramatically than we could expect for sure. I wish you to have in your heart love and gifted like all nature gift us with their love, its love, and like our like we receive a lot of love from from multiple persons, multiple sources. Just choose someone which whom you can share love. If you can share it with more people, it would be fine. but love which is made us unique and which hopefully AI couldn't even mimic. Yeah, it could mimic for sure, but yeah, it couldn't understand it. It's something which it could respect, hopefully. And yeah, wisdom. It's something which comes also with our experience, with all our learnings, etc. Wisdom, it should not be logical. It should come from much more complex things. But of course, at least it should be kind of logical. So wisdom is something which make us to know how to live happily with each other and maybe with something like AI in the future. So yeah, if you have any questions, please leave in comments below the stream and I see you later. I'm streaming every day now starting from 10 p.m. Pacific time, sometimes at 10 p.m., sometimes at 11 p.m., sometimes it could be even it could be even yeah more late, like tomorrow because I have a lot of stuff to do, including visiting sauna. So 10 p.m. would be too early for me tomorrow. But I always try to keep track of my schedule, and if something is changing, time is changing, I try to put it properly. So yeah. Also, if you write me some comments, I'll see you and could reply you immediately back. Okay, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed at least something, some my tries together with bots understand our path. Now it's clear. I hope it's yours. See you. Goodbye.